Hi there, I should be live. Supposedly I'm live. I see Mark Mueller. Good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. Was working up until the last second. Didn't quite leave myself enough time to get ready. So we got one watching, probably Mark Mueller. If there's more, they're not telling me, and that's fine. So just to go over what we're doing today is wrong side. Got this. Been aging some double Woodford double reserve, Woodford double oak rather, and so to in theory give me a double oak, which is quite, so I can compare it. But anyway, but we'll decant the barrel. We'll talk about some other stuff. We'll go from there. Don't mind me working hard, so I'm very thirsty. Plus, I gotta hydrate if I'm going to sip some whiskey. I know it's not Thirsty Thursday, but I didn't want to interrupt whatever anyone was doing yesterday. Hope you had a good day. All right, so this is what we put in there. This is unaltered though. So this is the Woodford Reserve Double Oak. Pretty sure basically anyone can get that in all markets, as far as I know. That's one of those ones that's always on a shelf somewhere. So for a normal 750 milliliter, usually around $55. Here in Florida, at the Costco that's close by, I'm able to get 1 liter bottles for the same price I would pay in Ohio for 750 milliliters. So I try to buy them down here whenever possible. But of course, sometimes it's hard to transport that stuff back north. Because I'm so cheap, I don't take a check bag with me on my flights. I do the old Frontier shuffle and just try to fly with a free backpack. Ooh, look at that. Phil May 9th, 24. June 30th, 24. That's what I was shooting for, is June 30th. I must have thought that I was going to be here on the 30th, because we are in July now. But that's okay. All right. What else do we need? We need glasses. Glasses are over here. These look clean. I've taken to hand washing them because the dishwasher does something crazy to the dishes down here. Should probably look at the filter. What are you gonna do? All right, so go ahead and recap what we've done in case you didn't watch the other live that I did. So Woodford Reserve Double Oak, one of my favorites. Where's the stupid camera on this thing anyway? Okay, right there. Anyway, Woodford Double Reserve. I can't talk today. I haven't been drinking, I promise. Please drink responsibly if you're going to drink alcoholic beverages. Anyway, Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, one of my favorites. They make another one called the Double or Double Oaked, and it's a small bottle. It's expensive. It's hard to get. So I may be picking one up though. I've sent some feelers out. But anyway, what I decided to do is to buy a charred barrel from Amazon. And if you're going to buy a barrel from Amazon, you have to watch out, because I saw a really good price on 2 of them, so I bought them. But it turned out they were more like, I don't want to say decorative, but they weren't like a charred barrel. Like, you can't really age anything in it. It was basically just a container you could put your whiskey in just to hold it for later, which is cool. And if that's all you want to do, then those barrels are much cheaper. But I wanted to be able to age it a little bit to try to get that double, even though I've never tasted it before. But like I said, I'm gonna make sure that I get some, even if I can only get a sample of it, and then we'll put it up against this and the regular double oaked, and we'll see how everything goes. But anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Sorry, you probably won't be able to see me pour it in, but you might be able to hear it. Does not want to flow very quickly, does it? That's okay. All right, that's enough of a pour. Okay, there we go. And we are back in business. I'm going to pour a little bit of the regular double oak too, because of course, even though I don't have the double, we need to at least compare it to what I put into the barrel. We'll compare its color. I should buy a hydrometer down here so I can check alcohol proof. All right, so first, just to get, and you know what? All right, so this one here, you know what? Do I have a marker? Don't have a marker. Ooh, I do have a marker. Okay. So this one's going to be BD. BD. Barrel double. Okay, thank you. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to fix that. I can at least turn the Wi-Fi off on my phone. The only other person in the house is Mrs. Izzo, and I can't ask her to stop using the internet. So, so hopefully the lag won't be too terrible. All right, so BD we have labeled barrel double. This one is just DO, double oak. That's the regular. And then while we're at it, I have one other Woodford Reserve here, and we'll mark it. I don't remember what it's called. Hold on. Woodford Reserve Masters Collection. Okay, so this is one I picked up in Texas. So it's a little bit fancier than normal Woodford, but it's not double oaked or anything. But it's the Masters Collection, so it's MC. So those are my 3 Woodford Reserves we have here. So we'll see the similarities. We'll see the differences. I hope that thing's not lagging too bad. The internet is a struggle down here, unfortunately, in this construction zone I'm working in. The signal's bad, at least on Verizon. I should probably get myself an AT&T hotspot, and that way, whichever one is doing better, I can go with. All right, anywho, so here's our double oak. We'll try to give you a color comparison. So on the screen there, I can't see a difference, but in real life, this is a little redder. No, hold on. Yeah, the barreled one is a little bit redder. You probably cannot see the difference there. It is very subtle. But yeah, this one is taking on some red notes in the color, whereas this one is more like a caramel, caramel if you prefer. Okay, and then this, all right, we'll compare it. This is the regular Woodford Reserve Double Oak. So yeah, you could see this Masters Collection was only oaked once, so it's a lot lighter in color. And of course, it's going to be lighter than that one. Let's hold those up one more time. Yeah, I can barely see the difference in real life. I cannot see a difference on the screen. All right. So just to get a baseline, I'm going to sample the regular double oak. You know what? I'm going to clip this later. Let's go ahead and do a little long review of this. I actually had a neck pour filmed, and apparently the file degraded because I could not get it onto YouTube. So I don't have my neck pour of this, but we'll go ahead and give it a little a little review like we do. So we're just going to start off with a straight double oaked review. And because it's a double oak product, almost every double oak product you're going to get, and there's several you can get, and I need to go back and try the Jim Beam double oak because I believe it's significantly cheaper than the Woodford Reserve, and so I'm gonna have to blind all my double oaks and see which one wins, see how expensive it is or not expensive. So a lot of oak, a little bit of toast, a little bit of toasted oak, in other words. Little hint of vanilla and maybe some brown sugar. I hope the lag has disappeared. Ooh, we have 2 viewers. Please, whoever else is viewing, please feel free to jump in the chat. All right, let me get this on the palette then. Yeah, the toast comes through onto the palette because it's been in 2 toasted barrels. That's why I'm calling it toast, but it's like it smells and tastes the way you would think if you chewed on some ashes from a campfire. If that was safe to do, please don't do that. or do it when after it's cooled. But it's the way I think a campfire would taste. Ooh, Shelly L, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. And there's a little bit of sweetness in there, and I think I don't remember if I said caramel. It's vanilla on the nose. It's more like a brown sugar and a vanilla on the palate, though. How's everyone's Friday been? All right, so we'll talk a little bit about the bottle now. Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. I need a light. I got my eyes fixed. In the right lighting conditions, I can see anything you want. But when the lights are dim, it's hard to read. So what does this say? Bourbon finished in new, heavily toasted, lightly charred barrels. I gotta find out what the difference is. I gotta look it up. Double oaked Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, finished in a second oak barrel. It is 45.2% alcohol by volume, 90.4 proof. So 90 proof, that's around like what Buffalo Trace is, Eagle Rare. 90 is a nice proof point. It's a little, uh-oh, am I back? Disappeared there for a second on you. Hopefully that won't happen too often. So produced by Woodford Reserve Distillery, Versailles, Kentucky. I don't know how they say it. I think they say it Versailles, even though Versailles is probably how they would say it. Is that in France, I assume? All right, so that's what that's all about. You know what? It doesn't have an age statement. Let's look up online. Sorry about the light. Getting rid of it. Okay, there we go. Let's look up online what the thought. How old is Woodford Reserve Double Oak? Let's see what the internet thinks, because the internet is the internet. It might be accurate. So it's at least 4 years old. Average age is probably closer to 5. Okay, interesting. And then it goes in a second barrel. So they're basing this on kind of like some minimums. Minimum. So I think it only needs to be 2 years to be bourbon, but I think it needs to be 4 years to be like Kentucky straight bourbon, if I remember correctly. I bought a book on history. I gotta like brush up on my whiskey lore and like become more of an expert in it rather than just a Yahoo. So they're thinking 4 years minimum for the first aging in the barrel, so that way they can say Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, and then they toss it into another barrel, and that website is estimating for another year. So we're talking 5 years total. Now, what I've done, let's see, I did that in May, and it's July. I think, if I remember correctly, this barrel mimics. So a smaller barrel ages things faster. So the equivalent of a year in like a normal barrel that you would see at a distillery, like a 53-gallon barrel, the equivalent of a year in one of those barrels is only like 8 weeks, 11 weeks, something like that. 80 days, I think it was, 80 days. So technically, the stuff I stuck in here has been aging the equivalent of a year. So we've got 6-year whiskey in that barrel. So let's see what this barrel has done to this Woodford Reserve Double Oak. Oh my. So there's a lot of barrel char now. I almost don't smell anything except that. Getting a little bit of sweetness, but it's not vanilla like in the regular double oaked. It's more like sugar. So it's like sugar. Like you put a piece of sugar on a piece of oak that was burned in a campfire and you licked it. That's what it smells like. Or I guess you didn't lick it, you smelled it. All right, now I'm nervous. Let's go ahead and try this. Wow, there's a lot. This tastes like I'm drinking whiskey in the middle of the campfire, not while the fire's on. You know, after it's off and the ashes have cooled enough that I can sit in it. Wow, that's oaky. Oh, that's toasty. I I'm not. I tried to, but you understood exactly what I said. Sort of. So that's crazy. That's crazy. So I don't know if you remember, I did another experiment where I took mason jars and I put, what did I do? I did a Weller. Did I do something else? I thought I did something else, but anyway, I took like charred oak spirals that I bought on it again on Amazon. Amazon's a decent thing for these experiments. So I bought charred oak spirals and I tossed them into mason jars, and then I poured the whiskey in it. And this I definitely let that sit in. Awesome. This I definitely let it sit in that a little too much. So I ended up adding in some regular Weller to get it to a level that was more exciting than what was originally in this bottle, and but wasn't quite as heavy with the toast. So based on what I just tried, we're gonna go back into this, but based on what I just tried, I'm gonna need to mix it with some of this untainted double oak, bring it down to something a little more palatable. I mean, I could drink it. It's unusual, and I like unusual, but I don't know if anyone I know would enjoy this. Whew. There's just, it's hard to get any other notes. It's so toasty. My goodness. It's so toasty. Okay, so you know what we're going to do then? Let's just start immediately mixing it, because that is pretty toasty. And I don't know if anyone but me would ever consider drinking that. So what I'm going to do, got these two little sample bottles. I'm going to use these. I'm going to fill one up with the stuff that I've adjusted. I'm going to fill the other one up with the normal stuff. I don't know. It's so toasty. I mean, like, people that like their bagels on the burnt side might like it. I don't know. I could also send, if anyone. So if you're over 21, email me at heyozo@yahoo.com. Let me know where to send it. I'll send you a sample of this stuff. Because I just like playing with this and then sharing it with people. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try. You know what? We're gonna try like a 2-for-1, like 2 parts toasted, mixing back in 1 part of untainted. Yeah, I'm just basing that on, that's an assumption. You know what? Maybe people would like it, but if you want some, and I should probably ask for a picture of your driver's license if I'm gonna do this right. Can't be sending it to any kids, you know. Ooh, 3 viewers. 3 viewers. Who's number 3? Go ahead and post into the chat if you don't mind. I'm hoping Guido shows up. I did this purposely at 9, so Guido might show up for us. So I'm guessing that perhaps someone that likes mezcal might like this as well. The smoke on the mezcal, or even the smoke in a scotch, might be something that might be the kind of person this is for. I'm totally gonna waste some money. Okay, no worries, Mark. And that's good. You know, not everyone needs to. You're spending a lot less money than me. That's for sure. At least on, you know. Yeah, well, I'm sure you probably have. Oh, Wemcal, awesome. Meagles must be loaded with cream cheese. I agree. Nice to see you, Wemcal. Thanks for stopping in. All right, so we got a little vial filled with that. We'll get a little vial filled with the regular stuff. Then I have, regardless of what I end up doing it with it, we are gonna decant it into its original bottles, because we're gonna do something fun with the barrel before the evening's over. well, what I think will be fun. We'll see. All right, so we got those are actually right there. All right, so the three of you that are watching, should I just pour both of these into one glass and see how it is, or should I do half of the half of the untainted with a full thing of the aged? Oh, thanks. Am I mirrored? Is there a way to fix that? Can you guys read that? I can read that. Can you read it? Sorry, just looking at the settings for a moment. Settings. No, I'm not mirrored. Would you like me to mirror? Do 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 do. Sorry, hope that didn't mess with you too much. You could read that. You probably can't now. I kind of like it. Maybe I'm in the mirror universe. I think I'm in the mirror universe. We're gonna leave it backwards. Anyway, so what do you guys think? So this is the stuff that at least I'm pretty sure. Okay, I've taken it out of your hands now because I'm totally confused on which is which, thanks to being in the mirror universe. So we're just gonna pour them both together and see if that tones down the toast. Oh, cool, thank you. I went with it thinking of Mario, so I got the eye, but I am a fan of the Mario games. That was a good movie, and so I went with Mario this time. And I think every time and I owe some people some merch back from 250 subs. I owe some people some merch, and I've just been too busy to even think about it. So the red hats actually is part of the merch. So anyone that's waiting for a hat, this is the version that's gonna come to you eventually. Part of the problem is some of the merch I want to make myself. I bought a laser. That you might have seen on one live stream a while ago. But I bought a laser. I bought some branding irons. So I want to make some stuff, and of course, there's just no time. Okay, a lot less toasty. I do like that color though. It's a beautiful color. Oh, there we go. I do like that color. Ooh, that's kind of nice. I'm going to pour, so I'm still going to compare this to the original. We'll just have to pour a little bit more of the untainted double oak. But I think I might have aged it a little too long, and took it I took it into interesting and brought it almost up to offensive, and but I think mixing that in did a lot of good for it. Wow, that's funny. In comparison, the original stuff, I can't even smell the toast on it now. It smells so sweet compared to this stuff. Ooh, oh, this though, this might be it. That's really good. That's really good. I'm super happy with that. But let me get in there. So there's on the nose there's the oak, there's the toast, some vanilla, and some sugar. A little of each kind of fighting in there. And there's now there's a hint of spice. I don't know what it is though. It's not cloves, but it is more like a baking spice. I think basically what I've done by mixing this is I've just cut out some of that heavy char and allowing the notes that were in here to bleed through. 4 people watching. Who's the 4th? Throw it in the chat, please. Welcome in. Yeah, I think that mixture is it. So this is what we're gonna do then. So first of all, so to season the barrel, what you do is you pour hot water into the barrel. You let it sit until it stops leaking, because there is no. I don't know if you know this. I'm going to hold this up. And I'm going to be learning how to make barrels over the course of the next year. This is something I want to learn how to make. So there is no glue. If it's done right, I mean, for all I know, this is from Amazon. For all I know that there might be glue. But if this is done right, there is no glue involved with this. All of these staves are loose. They're held in place with the pressure of these bands. And even the barrel head that's in here, that's not glued. It's held in with dados and pressure. And then what you do to I guess you're basically activating the barrel. You pour hot water in there. The hot water swells the wood, so that way it pushes against the metal bands, pushes against each other, seals everything up. So this one didn't take very long. Within a couple of days, it stopped leaking. Tab Crow, awesome. Every little thing she does is magic. Oops, are we copyright claim now? But yeah, there's no glue involved. So you have to fill it up with hot water. You have to let it sit in there until it stops leaking. And actually, this company that makes them, I think the company's called Redhead. They tell you if it doesn't stop leaking after 7 days, contact us. We'll tell you what to do. But so far, the 2 barrels I've bought have stopped leaking. But anyway, so the oak, or the water that comes out, is a bit oaked. So the first time that I emptied it out, I got a little shooter of it and I tried it, and it was a pretty interesting taste. So this time when I emptied the barrel out, I filtered it because it had bits of char and oak in it. But even this oak is oddly refreshing, or this oaked water. And you see it's just got barely a little hint of a hue in there. But it's just oaky water. It's very interesting. So maybe, Mark, if you want to send me your address, I'll send you oaky water instead of whiskey. But if you want a sample of oaky water, let me know, because I don't know what I want to do with it yet. I wanted to figure out a cocktail, but I haven't taken the time to do that yet. And I don't know what kind of weird cocktail is going to need oaky water. But anyway, so where were we? What were we talking? So anyway, so I've got almost a full liter of unadjusted double oak. I've got 2 bottles full of oaky water, so I'm going to empty those out now, because I still want to save the water for a little bit for future experimenting. But I need my liquor bottles back, so we're going to empty them into some Tupperware. I'm so sorry if you have to use the restroom now. A little ASMR, I guess. Ooh, of course, now I will filter that again before I use it, or send you a sample, because there's something floating in there. But that's okay. We'll deal with that later. And if I get sick after drinking the oak water, I won't send anyone to any samples. Hey, it's probably just some sediment. It's not a problem, I'm sure. And I'll filter it one more time. Now, if I filter it one more time and then the sediment comes back, well, then we know I'm growing something in there. And we don't want anything to take over the world that I've grown, so... Yeah, there was stuff in there too. Okay. Like I say, I'll let you know if I turn into an alien or anything. That'll make for some good content, so I won't be too disappointed. Okay, so our oaky water is out. Now what we're going to do... Alright. I should probably do this so you can see it. Do I have anything I can set the barrel on? We could set it back here in this collection, I imagine. So we're going to fill 1 bottle up to the same height as this one. And then we're going to mix those 2 in a mixing bowl. This part might be tedious. Please forgive me. Scintillating YouTube content. I don't see anything strange in there. I think all the strange went into the containers. Oh, this is going to take forever. Anyone got any good jokes? I only have bad jokes. Scintillating YouTube content. Well, anyway, just to fill the dead air while this thing fills, what we're gonna do is we are going to once all the whiskey's out of the barrel, we're gonna fill the barrel with honey, and then I'm gonna rotate the barrel every day. And I'm down here for almost 3 weeks. So at the end of the 3 weeks, I'm going to take the honey out, and then we'll put some whiskey back in. And so we'll have a honey barrel that we'll be finishing our whiskey in. All right, that's so slow. That's so slow. I'm just going to bring it back over here. So that way I can control the barrel a little bit better. And at least this way I can face you. Oh, how was everyone's evening? I hope your week was good. I don't know if you got a long weekend off the holiday or if you just got a day off. I have been working slow, so I feel like I'm not allowed to take a day off because I picked up a cold like 3 weeks ago, and it seems like it resurrected my COVID fatigue. So work has not been easy lately. But I was able to complete a very beautiful bathroom. I don't have any pictures yet, but I'll do. The customer's going to do some painting, and we got just a little bit of woodwork to do. And we will, after I get all that done, then I'll get a good, nice video of the bathroom. Have you pondered distilling your own, like a home brewer? It has crossed my mind, but I recently got in touch with a fella in Pennsylvania who is starting his own distillery, and he works a farm that apparently has been in his family for a while, and so his distillery is kind of like grain to bottle, farm to bottle, whatever you want to call it. And so he is. I can't talk about him. I can't be specific about him yet because he's not legal yet. But he has almost completed his paperwork with the state of Pennsylvania. And he is excited for me to talk about him on the channel. So my next step is going to be working with him, and I do want to learn how to make barrels. And that fella's told me if I learn how to make barrels, he will buy all of them off. Any barrels I'm willing to sell him, he'll buy off me. So I don't know how good my barrels will be. I don't know how hard or easy it'll be to do that. But so I might turn into a cooper before I turn into a distiller. But it's definitely in my head. Wemcal. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? See, I thought I picked up a cold 3 weeks ago, but just tonight I was wondering to myself if maybe I had gotten COVID again. I didn't have any of the usual COVID symptoms, but now I'm having my long-term COVID fatigue is back. So I'm wondering if I had it. I should have taken a test. I probably should still take a test. Fortunately, here in Florida, I only have one customer. I'm living on the job site. The only person stuck down here with me is Mrs. Izzo. So at least I'm not going to contaminate anyone else. But boy, this is so slow. My one up north definitely pours a little faster. I don't know why this is so slow. But we're getting there. We're about half a liter so far. Well, I'm sorry you picked it up again, Mark. I hope you recover fast from it. And so with the COVID fatigue, what it does to me personally is it like shifts my day. Yeah, what Shelley said. We all hope Mark feels better quickly. So with me, with the COVID fatigue, what ends up happening is it doesn't matter when I go to bed. I can't get up early. Usually around 9 o'clock, consciousness will start happening, but I'll feel miserable. So I'll be moving slow and I won't feel good. And then around noon, starts turning around. Sometime between noon and 1, I start feeling better. Then from I can work from like 1 till, well, as you may, Shelly and Mark might know because I was talking about it on Adventures by Carney streams. 2 times last week, I just stayed up all night, kept on working, and sadly enough, that negated the bad feeling. Like if I don't go to bed, then I don't feel bad. But that's, can't live that way very long. So basically, what I do down here now, where I'm living in the construction site, and the only person I have to bug is Mrs. Izzo, and she between the stuff she deals with and then her long-term COVID, she doesn't get up early either. So we both just sleep in till whatever, and then usually I'm up first, and then by the time I'm feeling good, where I'm starting to work like a human, is about when she'll get out of bed then, so that way I can make noise. So it's just a weird life. It's a weird life. But we still feel blessed. We got interesting work. We've got plenty of work. Still feel blessed. This is taking forever. But we're just about there. Okay, so let's close that off. And then it looks like Shelly's got a comment I have to read yet. Okay, dang it. Well then, I should have checked myself right away when I got that cold. Worst yesterday's sleep, 18 hours, was a little dizzy. Wow, that's crazy. I'm glad you're heading in the right direction, because that is not fun. All right, so now we've got a bottle, and actually the color difference is not on the camera. Well, in real life I can see the color difference. This one's so much darker. But we've got equal parts of adjusted and unadjusted Woodford Reserve Double Oak. So now we're gonna put it in here. Boy, and it would make for great content if I spilled this, but I hope I don't. Okay, that's the adjusted stuff. Now we're gonna pour in this regular stuff. Oh, we have 5 people. Please, if you just joined us, please go ahead and hit that chat. Let us know who you are. But of course you don't have to. I'm just glad you're here. Okay. All right, so we can take this. I should probably set it down and stir it. I'm sure some good mixing happened just by pouring it. But I should stir it. What do I have to stir with that wouldn't be too disturbing to my audience? Oh, okay. I've got a water pick. I don't know what it's called, but I'll show you what it's for later. But it's basically just a glass tube. And it's freshly cleaned. Yeah. Well, it's got just enough. It's what's the word? Opaque, translucent. It's just translucent enough. In real life, it looks more like tea, but probably on the camera, it looks like coffee. Yeah, it looks like it's like a big old pot of Earl Grey. Okay, gave it a little stir. So now we've got. Boy, yeah, it does look like coffee on the camera. That's funny. All right, so now we're just gonna pop it back into these barrels. Bottles, not in the barrel. Oh, stop. All right, that's not going well. Let me get some napkins. We lost a little bit. I don't like losing it. But I do have a funnel here, so let me clean myself up a little bit. Then we'll use the funnel. And we'll use patience. Patience is very important. Sometimes I forget that. Okay. Let's try this with the funnel. That's a little better. Of course, this means I'll have to get another bottle of regular Woodford Reserve Double Oak. Ooh, and then I can do a blind. And we'll see which version is the best. Okay, there's one. I don't know if you can hear that. It's a fun sound for me, but I don't know if the microphone picks it up. Anyone doing anything fun this weekend? I'm working all day tomorrow, but Sunday, gonna take a day of rest, gonna hit some church, gonna hit some, oh, and I've demanded that we go have hibachi, because there's a local hibachi place I haven't tried that I want to try. So Sunday, no matter how I feel, I'm going to have hibachi for dinner. Yes. Ooh, I like that. I would put that on a t-shirt. All right, so I'm gonna need some way to differentiate these. Do I have stickers or something? For now, I'm just gonna slap a piece of blue on it, but I'll find some sort of clever sticker to put on there. Or maybe just a non-clever sticker. Oh yeah, because I'm gonna have a third bottle that's gonna have the straight up aged Woodford Reserve. All right. So we're just gonna call these half, because they're half and half. It looks like, so I'm a fan of hibachi restaurants. The reviews are really good on it, so I will report back on how it is. The one time I tried to go there, they don't open till 5, and I was there at like 4:30 or something. So we ended up going to a Mexican place, and then I can't remember what movie we were gonna see. Oh, we went and saw The Fall Guy. If you didn't see that, that was actually pretty good. I don't know how it compares to the original TV show. I'm gonna have to like go back and revisit the TV show, because that was the only thing I remember about it is that I liked it because I saw it as a kid. Masking tape and a Sharpie. Haha, you read the future for me. All right, so we got 2 bottles of the half stuff. Now we're gonna have 1 bottle, and it might be a partial bottle of the rest of the barrel. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna use the funnel. We're gonna skip the spout. We're gonna dump it directly out of the bung hole. Did you know that that is the bung hole? And all you 90s kids are quoting Beavis and Butthead in your head right now. Let's just see what happens. So I did get to, oops, okay, that pour is not going to be great. Maybe we'll just have patience. Didn't I just say patience? Oh, duh. I need this off or it really won't pour out. But I did get to go, I did like parts of 2 days work in Lexington, Kentucky again for the Fountain Leather Goods store. And while we were there, I made the owner, one of the owners was there with me, and I made him do a tour at Buffalo Trace with me. And the first time I did the Buffalo Trace tour was right after people started traveling. Like, so I think we were still wearing masks in a lot of spots, like due to regulation, but but they were opening up stuff again. So we were in Bourbon Country doing the tour, and we did the Buffalo Trace tour, which is a fantastic tour in my opinion. And the only other tour I've done is the Heaven Hill tour, and that one was very good too. I need to go down and tour some more distilleries. But what was I talking about? Oh, I took the owner of Fount there, and so we went down on a Monday instead of a weekend, because our first trip we did a long weekend down in that area. So doing the tour on a Monday, well, Mondays, you know, that's the start of the work week, so there's a lot of production going on. So unlike that first tour where like none of the workers were there, it was all just like the gift store people and probably management and the tour guides. So in addition to all those people, they also had all the workers. There was barrels rolling around. There was people in the bottling places. The one warehouse was where they were emptying the barrels into a trough, and the barrels they were emptying were 10-year-old, and we were told it was going through. It was going to be Eagle Rare. It smelled so good in that building. Oh my goodness! I wanted to just lay on the ground nearby and let the whiskey splash into my mouth. It smelled so good. What do we got there, Mark? Nice. Yeah, I've already spilled too much this evening. Can't spill any more. I don't think we're gonna have I don't think we've got a full liter in this little barrel. So I wanted to, before I left Ohio the last time, I wanted to do a special live stream that involved 2 different barrels and a motorcycle ride, and I didn't have time. I didn't even have time to like just film it without it being a website. ChatGPT humor, I love it. And so yeah, so when I get back to Ohio, we're gonna do another barrel live stream. I got a barrel from the guy that I was talking about. From the guy I was talking about in Pennsylvania, I got a used barrel from him, and it's is it a 2-gallon barrel? Or was it a gallon and a half? I think it was a gallon and a half barrel. And that thing's not coming out very easy. Well, we're just gonna have to be patient. So I got a gallon and a half barrel from him, and I'm gonna fill that sucker with Buffalo Trace. And when I put my nose to the barrel, it smells like Eagle Rare. So it's got some real sweet notes, almost like a red wine note, but sweeter than red. Like, so it'd be a sweet red wine, but I don't like sweet red wine. But that's what it would smell like if I enjoyed that kind of thing. So I got that barrel, and I already filled it with water to make sure that it's not leaking and the barrel's in good shape. So I got that barrel I'm gonna do, and then just in case alcohol, tobacco, and firearms is watching, I can't talk about the other barrel. But so there's 2 barrels that you'll see me mess with, and then I bought a holder for my cell phone to go on my motorcycle, and I've got a Bluetooth helmet, and I should be able to actually do a live stream from the motorcycle. So what we'll do is we'll start out in one location, because the barrels are in 2 different locations. So we'll start out in one location, do what I want to do with that first barrel, and then we'll live stream a motorcycle ride to the second location and do what we're gonna do with that second barrel. So, but I want to think through the logistics before I go too nuts with it. Okay, so yeah, so this is, I purchased this. It was supposedly a 2-liter barrel, but as you can see, we got 1.5 liters out of it. Now, some of that could be because what happens with a barrel, in case you're not familiar, we'll cover what happens with a barrel. So when they put the whiskey in the barrel, heat, cold, the fluctuation of temperatures causes the wood to expand and contract. It causes the whiskey to expand and contract, and the wood draws the whiskey into it. And when it's hot, when it's cold, it pushes the whiskey back out. That's how all those flavors get into the whiskey. And the reason that it's charred, the char is what actually gives it its color, its caramel color, and a lot of those sweeter notes, the caramel notes, because when they char the inside of the oak, they're actually caramelizing it like you do with a creme brulee. So that's why you get those notes in it. And the reason that they were originally charring barrels is actually because it was the quick and easiest way to sanitize a used barrel. And so, but then people were loving the way the whiskey was coming out of these charred barrels. So then they just started charring all the barrels for all the whiskeys. And then with bourbon, for it to be called bourbon, there's several things that it has to be. One of those things is it has to be in a new oak barrel. So it's still charred, even though it's brand new. And then once that's used, that seems like a big waste, right? A brand new barrel or a brand new barrel for each barrel of bourbon seems like a waste. Actually, funny side story, it has affected even the cabinet industry. I got an email from a cabinet supplier that I use sometimes, and they were just talking about the scarcity of white oak thanks to the bourbon industry. So it's even affecting other industries. The bourbon boom that we're in, it is starting to taper off a little bit. Some of the crazy prices are coming down a little bit. I mean, you're not going to see Pappy Van Winkle on the shelves anytime soon, but the prices are coming down, and a lot of the distributors are making more. So like actually, you're starting to see, ooh, someone liked me somehow, or that's the AI. Is someone doing that to me, or is that's weird? Okay, anyway, could you guys see that the thumb that came up? My mind is blown. Boom. I don't even know what I was talking about. You're starting to see Buffalo Trace on the shelves again. It's me? Okay. Weird. But you could see that? You could see like the thumb come up? Oh, it's so weird. It must be a StreamYards thing. I don't unless it's a YouTube thing. Oh, it's weird. Anyway. But yeah, all the manufacturers have tried to up their production lines. So now you see Buffalo Trace a lot more often than you did in times past. The AI is after me. What were we talking about before that? I went on a tangent. Cabinets, price of white oak. We were talking about charring the inside of barrels. Yeah, oh well, let's go on to a different subject then, since I don't remember. Okay, so now I gotta label this. So we'll go with the masking tape and a Sharpie. All right, so we'll put I'm gonna write double double on it because it's my version of the double double, and I'm gonna have to waste the money on one of those little bottles. Fireworks out of what? I actually recorded myself making a fireball out of sawdust, and then I think I had it uploaded for about 5 minutes, and then realized that I should not have that uploaded on YouTube and took it away. But yeah, sawdust and flour is highly flammable when it's like sprinkled. All right, so we got 2 liters. We got 2 liters of the half double, half regular, and we've got about half a liter of the double double. If anyone wants a sample of this, send me an email to heyizzo@yahoo.com and send me a picture of your driver's license, so that way I've got your age and your address, and I can send you a sample of the double double. I can send you a sample of the half and half, and I can send you a sample of oak water if you don't drink, or if you don't drink and you just wanted to share with your friends, like just ask me for a sample. And I can send you a sample of the oak water if you want. It's weird. Okay, so next step in the experiment. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. It's been almost an hour now. All right, next step in the experiment. So we're gonna put honey in this barrel. We're gonna sweeten this barrel up, and then a couple weeks from now, we're gonna take the honey out, and put some whiskey in. Now I'll have to look and see what I want to put in there. I think I might have a couple of bottles of Buffalo Trace. That might be a good one to put in there. Could you guys hear the thunder? We've been having thunderstorms all day. Try 2 thumbs. Oh, that's a good idea. I will try that in 1 second. One cow. Rinse it, like try out that funnel a little bit. Oh yeah, but how easy is that gonna pour? Okay, it pours pretty easy. All right. I don't know the detail. Mrs. Izzo says this is a really nice honey. I don't know where we got it from. Anyway. Do you guys see the fireworks? That was crazy. Goes good with the thunderstorm. That's weird. Well, let's try thumbs down then. Anything? It doesn't like thumbs down. Oh, it likes thumbs down. It's so stupid. I love it. I wonder if that's a YouTube thing or if it's a StreamYard thing. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research and find out what other Easter eggs are in there. All right, so we're going to pour honey in this barrel. And as I mentioned, I'm going to rotate it every day until, so that I just want like the entire inside to be coated. Oh, honey, do, 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 do. Oh, sugar, sugar, do, 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 do. You are my barrel girl, and you got me wanting you. Do, 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 do. Haha, that's in all your heads now. You're welcome. That's some dark honey, too. It's very neat. At this construction site, there's a dead palm tree in the back that we've been hoping we would be allowed to cut down for years, because when it finally falls over, it's going to fall over on the dock. Not that the customer uses the dock very often, but whatever. But last season sometime, a colony of bees took up residence in the tree, and they look like they're really healthy and happy. The hive is getting bigger. Never have a problem. Every once in a while I have to save a bee out of the hot tub, but haven't had haven't gotten the bees angry enough to sting anyone. All right, so maybe this is going a lot slower than I anticipated, but that's okay. Patience, patience. Yes, Jedi. It's flowing pretty good. But yeah, we're gonna sweeten this barrel up. So what prompted this? And I'd thought about putting wine in the barrel, and that might be the next thing I do. But what prompted this? I'd already been thinking about filling the barrel up with something else and then coming back later and putting whiskey in it. But if I did red wine, leave it in there a couple of days, but really, I don't know, like red wine doesn't sit well once it's open. So I'd have to just like sacrifice a bottle of red wine if I was going to do that. Because it would, if I let it age for any amount of time in the barrel, it's not going to taste good. So I was thinking about red wine, and then a buddy sent me an Instagram reel where a guy filled a barrel up with honey, and I don't remember if his honey was if his honey was special or not, but he filled up the barrel with honey and left it in, I think, a month, and then poured it out, and then he filled it up with Antique Weller 107, which is just amazing that he had enough Antique Weller 107 to fill that bottle with. I love that stuff, but it's hard to come by. But and it was like an older version too. But yeah, him filling it up with honey made me decide, like, okay, I'm gonna honey this barrel, and then we'll age something, possibly some Buffalo Trace in it, and see how it goes. Anyway, while I'm staring at the funnel, I'm missing some stuff. Not at this time. No, I'll actually, after a couple of weeks in this barrel, I'll pour the honey just straight back into the into this container. It should be fine. It's possible I might get a little bit of barrel char in it, but that'll just make the honey interesting. It'll probably also taste lightly of bourbon, which means that poor Mrs. Izzo won't want the honey either, so it might become my honey. Um, yeah, it might be good, Shelly. I can't wait to do this. I know, isn't it? Isn't it like it's just ancient looking? Raw, unfiltered honey. No wonder it's so dark. Let me see. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Let's see what else this bottle says. Raw, unfiltered honey. Friendly bird. Friendly bird. Looks like it came from Naples somewhere. I'll have to try to see if this place is still active. But yeah, that's a classic ancient honey bottle there. All right, so are we in? Awesome. Thanks for chatting, Tab. It's so good seeing you. I'll let you know when we're back in the Ohio area. And stuff and such. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good evening and a good weekend. And you know what? I'll send you away with fireworks. So funny. I love it. I gotta see if that's got to be a StreamYards thing. I'm gonna have to find out what exactly is going on in there. Okay, and so the reason I'm gonna rotate the barrel is because obviously, you know, compared to the size of the barrel, that wasn't a lot of honey. So I'm gonna rotate the barrel, and it seems like this stopper and the spout seems like they're tight enough. I think. Oh, Wemcow, cool. Granberry try. Oh, all right. You go enjoy that grandbaby. We're gonna send you away with fireworks as well. Now that I can do that. Enjoy that grandbaby. Thank you for hanging out, Wemcow. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna rotate the barrel so that way we coat the entire interior of the barrel. And then we're gonna fill that puppy up to the brim with some sort of bourbon. Okay, was there anything else I wanted to show you tonight? So I do have one other Woodford Reserve here, so we can compare the 3 Woodford Reserves. So the other ones is their fancy yearly release. It's called the Masters Collection, and they take a bunch of barrels that have whatever taste profile they're looking for, and then they combine them in a small batch. And normal Woodford Reserve, you know what? I don't know. Let me see what normal Woodford Reserve, what the proof point is at. Oh, you know, let me write on this barrel real quick though. So what's today? Today is July 5th. Honey, July 5th. And I think I fly back. Let me look at the calendar real quick. Heading back to Ohio. Oh, go away. Heading back to Ohio on the 22nd. So either on the 20th or 21st, we'll have another live stream, and we'll empty this barrel of honey and fill it with bourbon. Okay, so July 5th. You know what? I won't write the date that we're going to do that because I don't know the exact date. But and maybe let me know, those of you that are here. There's 2 of you here. What's a good night for you? Do you prefer Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? I'll put a poll in the YouTube channel as well. Let's see this one up here. Okay, so real quick, I want to look up. I don't have any regular Woodford Reserve. The double oak is at 90 proof. So let me see what regular Woodford Reserve is usually at. OHLQ. I usually go to OHLQ for my liquor information needs. It doesn't always have everything though, but it has quite a bit. Woodford Reserve, just Woodford Reserve, buddy. Don't give me all the crazy stuff. It's trying to tell me about everything except just standard reserve. All right, so Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's not an expensive bottle. It's only $37 at retail for a regular 750 milliliter. All right, so Okay, that also is 90.4 proof. Friday or Saturday. Okay, cool. Yeah, so regular Woodford Reserve is 90 proof. The Woodford Reserve Double Oak is 90 proof. So then this Masters collection is batch proof. So what they did is they took however many barrels they wanted. Um, Adam, how's it going? Good to see you. Adam, your videos have been wonderful and crazy lately. It's been great seeing so many videos of yours out. So what they do is they take a bunch of barrels that have the taste that they're looking for a particular season, and then they mix them all together and then bottle them. And so when they mixed all those different barrels together, the average came out to be 121.2, and that's what this line is. I bought this last year. I think this is last year's, so the 2023. It was a little bit pricey. It's like $130, $140, and it's small. These jerks, it's 700 milliliters. So them and Jack Daniels. And I don't know who else. People have been doing 700 milliliters instead of 750, and it feels like you're getting cheated out of stuff. What are you up to today, Adam? Love seeing all your videos. I'm still catching up on them. Actually, you posted quite a few videos. All right, so we'll see how this compares to the double oak and the adjusted double oak. I would have to go and look at. I'd have to go and look at them. I don't have a good enough memory to remember which one was my favorite. You had quite a few good ones. You had a couple different live shows. I think you had a bunch of rides. It looked awesome. Which one's your favorite? And I'll go make sure. If I haven't seen it yet, I'll go watch that one next. Yeah, there's pretty good difference. This just seems, it smells more elegant, so they can charge more for it. All right, so let's first of all. Oh wait, here we go. So this is the double oak. No, I combined them. This is. Oh, cool! I can't wait to see it, Adam. That's awesome. But yeah, you've just been pumping out the videos, Adam. It's couldn't have been nice to see. I got to go to Cedar Point and make some videos of those coasters for you. I have a pass. I just don't have time. Ooh. Hear the thunder? All right, we're gonna set that one back over there. All right, so this one is the adjusted one. Go Extreme. Those are good. Yeah, the live streams, and I was bummed out I didn't catch any of them live. I haven't been feeling good lately, so my watching schedule is all off. Yeah, regular double oak was pretty nice. And this thing that we've made now, I'm including you guys in with the we this thing we've made tonight. I'm pretty happy with it. I can't wait to get some people to try it. I'll have to take some samples back home on the flight. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this thing briefly. So I found it. I had a gift. No, what did I have? I had I guess like not a gift card. I signed up for a liquor store for their rewards program. There we go, rewards program. And I got out of the blue while happened to be in Texas. I got a text from them that I got percentage off my next purchase as long as within something or other. Oh, cool. So you're uploading it right now. Awesome. So I wasn't gonna go whiskey hunting in Texas. The last time I was there. I was only there for a couple of days, but it was the grand opening of the Fount store. The which I need to edit that video and get that out there because that's a beautiful store. And the owner wanted some bourbon to have handy. He had some champagne. He wanted some bourbon for the grand opening. So we went and we picked out something simple, and actually it was the regular Woodford Reserve. And but when we were there, I went and of course I glanced at their special counter where they have the fancy stuff, and I saw this guy in there, the Masters Collection, and my coupon that I had, or my rewards percentage off that I got, brought it down to basically retail price. And so it was at retail, so I had to pull the trigger. Well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to. So I picked that up in Texas, and it's a very good bottle. And special enough I won't drink it too fast. And but of course, also down here, should go back to Texas the week of the 16th. So what's happening on the week of the 16th in Texas? Texas is big too. What part of Texas would I need to go back to? Man, I had some barbecue in Texas that I'm still thinking about. Uh-oh, getting a text. Let me see what it is. Actually, it's not showing up on my phone. Oh, there we go. Mrs. Izzo is going to sleep. That was loud. So with this thing, so it is, let's see which one. This is the regular double oaked. So the double oaked smells a little more exciting. But I think if I compared this to regular Woodford Reserve, I think it would be, that would be a little more, this would be a little more fantastic to that. Now the double oaked keep that extra finishing, keeps it in the running. It's a good pour, especially for the price difference. I mean, this is almost half the price of this. Get extra sweet notes and tannin notes from that extra barrel. That darn thing is pretty good, though. Not gonna lie. I will take these to the hot tub with me when I finish up for the night. So Adam, if you're still there, I don't know if you heard what's going down in Texas on this week of the 16th. I don't think I can make it back there. I gotta kind of stay here and get this project done. The last time I was down here is when I had that cold. Oh, cool. In Arlington. Nice. Globe Life Park is on the All-Star game in all winter. Okay, cool. Are you going to be there as part of that? Or is it just something that you're interested in watching? I definitely won't be able to make it for that though. But man, yeah, I had some barbecue at a place called Goldie's, and I can't remember where it was near. Where's Arlington at? I was in South Lake, which is in between Fort Worth and Dallas. Let me see what city Goldie's is in. So Goldie's is one of those barbecue places where you go and you get in line a half hour before they open, and you're still 75th in line. And by the time we got into the building to be able to, and then there's a short line in the building before you even order, but before we got into the building, they had already run out of 2 different sausages and another meat. I don't remember what it was. Oh, cool. That sounds awesome. Yeah, don't ignore your school though. The school is important. Goldie's Barbecue, Texas. Yeah, so it's one of those barbecue places where they make the stuff and they have a certain amount, and once they run out, they're out, and once they're out of everything, then they close for the day. Okay, it's in Fort Worth. It's in Fort Worth. Let's see where's Arlington, Texas. Arlington sounds familiar. I feel like I might have been close to there, maybe. First of all, let's see where South Lake is. South Lake, Texas. Directions. Now let's add a stop in Arlington. Arlington. I used to be good at geography. Okay. So, Oh, that's pretty close. Oh, yeah. Arlington's only 27 minutes from Southlake, so from where I was. June 22nd. Which video is your favorite? I will go through. I'll watch the ones from June 22nd after the live stream's over, Adam, and I will post comments in there. Which one's my favorite? Oh, man, each time I go back to this stupid Masters collection, that's pretty good stuff. Well, the main thing I want to do for you guys tonight is to have you share in the bottle or in the barreling experience. So we've accomplished that. So I should probably wrap this up and clean up the mess that I've made, and I should probably go to bed. Although the hot tub is calling. But thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And I will. So we got. So I didn't do like an official tools day, but I released a construction style video late on Tuesday, so that felt good. Today's kind of today's replacing my Thirsty Thursday kind of. So I will probably, you know what, that's what I'll do. Before I go to bed, I'll post a couple of Thirsty Thursday videos, and wow, 15. Well, I'll at least scroll through and I'll see which ones I've already watched, and I probably haven't seen all of them from that day. But love the mirror video, cool. And oh, gotcha. Oh, the mirror video. Is that what you were referencing all that while ago? And I thought you were talking about. My camera. That's really funny. Scrolling through now. Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, the mirror video was fun, especially my fourth. I didn't really do anything. I don't really celebrate anything. Just kind of every day is the same for me. So, but I had a nice. I worked part of the day. I relaxed part of the day. We could hear what we thought we were going to be able to see fireworks from where we're at, but we could at least hear them from the hot tub, and so that's all. I don't know. And plus, I haven't been feeling good lately. But if you're someone that celebrates that, I hope you had a good time. It's always exciting to see fireworks, no matter where they're at. And just yesterday didn't have the energy to go and do any fireworking hunting. The mirror, that one was a little. The mirror. I mean, you probably see the joy on my face during that last cut, because I really, nice, cool. You're almost there, Adam. I would have had to buy another mirror. Well, and really, I mean, the customer really should pay for it. But I mean, I was the fool that was taking a chance with trying to cut the mirror down. So I would have felt responsible, because I could have also taken it to a glass company, and I'm sure for a couple of bucks they would have cut it for me. But I got to make some content, and I got to have the nice feeling of cutting the mirror myself. So that was fun. So tonight I'm going to look at some Adam videos, and I'm going to figure out some Thirsty Thursday to post, and then I'm going to bed. And we'll try for a tools day on Tuesday and see what other nonsense I can put up for content. And then either on the 19th, let's see, what are those dates again? And then we'll do a live stream either the 19th or the 20th, and we'll empty that honey out of that barrel, and we'll fill it up with something else. I'll figure out what we're filling it up with by the time we have the live stream. Cool. Oh, awesome. I love it, Adam. That's great. Thank you, Shelly. It's nice to have you here also as well. And I'm very sorry that I'm probably going to be missing the Hershey Park meetup, but I'm real bummed about that, actually. Cool. Yes, please, everyone take care of yourself. Hope you had a good time in this silly video. And a good time? Or maybe a bad time? Is it going to rain for me? Come on. Come on. Rain. Make it rain. Oh, why won't it do the rain? There we go. So stupid. All right, guys. All right. I love you for being here. Thank you so much. I will see you again sometime. Next time. Well, we may as well do the thing then. If you're working, please work safely. If you're drinking whiskey, please drink responsibly. But do everything with a little bit of whimsy and you're gonna have a good time. I'll catch you next time you're hanging out at Izzo's place.